Hi and welcome to another gaming video, and in today's video I want to talk about what's the best model Game Boy Advance and what's the best way to play Game Boy Advance games. And this might seem a little bit of a break from our usual DS themed videos, but not quite. So the original Game Boy Advance was a successor to the Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color was an 8-bit console, but the Game Boy Advance, which was released in 2001, was a 32-bit console, so it was a significant upgrade. And while it was kind of dubbed the portable SNES because there were so many Super Nintendo ports brought across to it, it did come with some fantastic games of its own, like Super Mario Super Circuit. But just like the Game Boy Color, it suffered from poor screens. They were not lit at all, so no backlight, no front light, which made viewing very difficult. In 2003 they made a revision and brought out the Game Boy Advance SP, which had a front light screen, and that was a huge improvement. It brought with it a lot of changes that would be carried on through to future consoles. So they changed the design to a clamshell design, and they put in a built-in rechargeable battery. And the Game Boy Advance SP was a superb console, and if anyone is looking at getting a Game Boy Advance, an SP would be the model I would choose. They did bring out a revised version of the SP with a backlit screen, and that is the creme de la creme of Game Boy Advances, but it's an expensive model to find. Obviously there are third-party things like IPS mod kits which you can put in an original Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Advance SP and give you super screens, but once again these are very expensive to buy. If you are looking to buy Game Boy Advance hardware to play the best possible way, then the Game Boy Advance SP with the backlit screen is the best way to do it. But there is another option. You can play Game Boy Advance games on a Nintendo DS, whether that be an original Nintendo DS or a DS Lite. Both feature what they call a slot 2, which is a Game Boy Advance slot. It will play physical Game Boy Advance cartridges in the slot 2 on an original DS or a DS Lite. If I was to pick out the two, then the DS Lite is the preferred console. Firstly, they're super cheap to buy. You can buy them anywhere. Original DSs tend to be a little bit more expensive, and the screen quality on the DS Lite is absolutely superb. It's probably the best DS console for screens. They're super crisp, super bright, and the advantage of the DS Lite over the original DS is it has multiple screen brightnesses. The battery life on the DS Lite is absolutely phenomenal. Some people have pushed 20 hours out of it. And if you're looking to play Game Boy Advance games and you want the best possible experience for pretty much the lowest price, then a Nintendo DS Lite is your option. The only little niggle that you have with a DS Lite is because it's a bit smaller, Game Boy Advance cartridges stick out the bottom slightly. You don't get that with an original DS, they're flush with the bottom, but it's never really bothered me. They're in there nice and tight, they're not going to come out. It's such a good option that's what Game Boy macros are made out of, to take advantage of the fantastic screen, bottom screen, on a DS Lite to play Game Boy Advance games, obviously losing the top screen and making this Game Boy macro. Personally, I think it's more comfortable to play Game Boy Advance games on a DS or a DS Lite, just because of the design of it. It's wider, it's more comfortable in the hands. I always found that the Game Boy Advance SP was a little bit cramped. That's my tie-in back to DS consoles. So just to finish up, if you're looking to play Game Boy Advance games, the best option is to grab a Nintendo DS Lite. Let me know what you think. Do you like to play Game Boy Advance games on your DS Lite, or would you prefer to have a physical, actual Game Boy Advance? Link, like, subscribe, enjoy.